is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Becca, this is Cosplay.and.books, the channel where I talk about books and then cosplay from the ones that I like the most, and today we are doing my August wrap-up. So this is a little late because I've been busy and I just didn't have motivation to film, but now I do, so we're gonna do it. I thought I was gonna read a lot more books in August because of the Amazing Readathon. I didn't read as many books as I thought I was going to, and I read a lot of manga. Like, I read more in June than I read this month, so that's kind of weird. But anyway, like my normal wrap-ups go, we're gonna talk about the statistics first, and then we're gonna do the star ratings, and then we're gonna talk about all of the books. And boy, do I have some things to talk about. So the stats first. I read 14 books in August. I read 4,385 pages. My highest genre was fantasy. That's not a surprise, it typically is. And my average rating was 4.57 stars. Not bad. I had a pretty weird month. I don't know, it felt very average, but then I looked back and I was like, wow, that's a lot of 5 stars. But a lot of that was manga, again, like I said. So we're gonna go into the star ratings now. So I DNF'd 2 books. I rated 0 books 1 through 3 stars. I rated 3 books 3.5 stars. I rated 0 books 4 stars. I rated 3 books 4.5 stars. And I rated 8 books 5 stars, which is a lot. I think that's like the most I've ever rated 5 stars. But like I said, a lot of that was manga, and a lot of it was rereading manga. So obviously, ones that I already liked. So we're gonna quickly go over the lowest to highest in all of the books that I read, starting with the 2 books that I DNF'd. So the first one was Where Dreams Descend. I really wanted to like this book. This is essentially like a Phantom of the Opera retelling, and it sounds really interesting, but I was just not in the mood for it. It was really slow. I don't know, it wasn't catching my attention, and I was already behind, so I didn't want to like keep going. So yeah, I might try that one again, who knows, I don't know. And the next one, which I will not be trying again, sorry, was Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. I really wanted to like this book too, because I have wanted to read this for so long, and I finally get my hands on it and I find it so boring. It was just not, I don't know, it sounds like it should be good, you know, but it's just too low stakes for me. I am a very high stakes fantasy person. Like, I like my high stakes fantasy. I do not like cozy fantasy. So I ended up DNFing it. Okay, now we're getting on to the 3.5 stars. The first one was Roman and Jewel by Dana L. Davis. This is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set sort of on Broadway during like it's like a musical that is a Romeo and Juliet retelling. I really actually did like this book. I'm just not really a like normal romance, or like a contemporary romance, I guess you could call it. I don't know. I'm not really that kind of person. I don't really love those kind of books, but I did really like all of the like musical theater references, because I myself am a musical theater kid. So especially the ones of Six and Jekyll and Hyde, because those are 2 of my favorite shows. Would have loved if there was a Newsies or Beetlejuice one. I can't remember if there was Beetlejuice. I don't think there was. But yeah, this was honestly not that bad of a book. It just wasn't my kind of book. So that's why I rated it 3.5 stars. The next book that I rated 3.5 stars, honestly, I don't know. This book just, I don't know. I didn't like it. Which was To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo, which sucks because I actually bought it, expecting to like it. This is a Little Mermaid retelling, but it is a siren princess and a pirate prince, and he saves her instead of her saving him, which is kind of weird. Because, so essentially she steals the hearts of princes, and she fights with a mermaid at one point, and so her mother punishes her because she's like the sea queen. She's like the Ursula of the story. And so her mother punishes her by turning her into a human, which is what she despises the most. And so she tries to get this prince to trust her so she can steal his heart. And they also have to find this like crystal so they can destroy the sea queen. And I don't know. For one, the reason why I didn't really like it is it's really short. Like, it is, what, 300 something pages? Yeah. It's like 342 pages. And it's supposed to be a fantasy romance with an entirely new world and a romance that they have never met each other. That's what I had a problem with. It was too non-descriptive. I don't know. The world building was quite good. I really like the world building. I wish there was more, especially in the sea aspect. I thought the sea part was very good. I really liked it. But my problem was there was no romance in it at all. I mean, there was, but it wasn't good. Like, it was, oh, I hate you. Oh, I hate you too. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, never mind. I'm gonna kiss you now. It had the two characters did not have chemistry. I feel like it should have an extra like 100 pages maybe, and it would be really good. Because I really did like the world building, and I thought the characters were really interesting. That's why I really wanted to read it. And then it just fell flat because of that. Just no chemistry whatsoever between the characters. I wish there was more tension in it, or like little cute parts of maybe them saving each other once or twice. I thought maybe that would be cute. But no, it was just, it fell flat and I didn't love it. So it got a 3.5 stars, and I will most likely be unhauling it. The next 3.5 stars is like a manga, yes, it's a manga, yeah, which is Solo Leveling. I didn't know what this was. I just kind of found it and I was like, I'm gonna read this because it fits a prompt for the Amazing Readathon. And so I read it, and it was very confusing. I cannot tell you the plot of this like well, no matter how hard I try. I think it's like a dude that hunts monsters in a like caves. And he's like a weak monster hunter. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how to explain it. It was a really weird book. So yeah, I don't have much to say. It was just, I didn't understand what was happening. That's the only reason it got 3.5 stars. The next one, which is a 4.5 stars, was Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. This is the second book in the These Violent Delights duology. And I really like this book. I didn't like it as much as I liked These Violent Delights, but I did like it. I feel like I didn't like it on an emotional level because I already knew what was going to happen, because I read Foul Lady Fortune before I read it, which was a mistake on my part, but oh well. But I did think it was a really good book. I liked the plot. I don't remember much about what happened because I read it like really early on in the month and I don't remember what happened. But it was a good book, so it was a 4.5 stars. The next 4.5 stars was Cells at Work Volume 4. I couldn't tell you what this is about. I don't remember, but I like this series. I'm currently reading the last one right now, just because I wanted to. Yeah, I liked the series. So the next 4.5 stars that I had was Toilet Bound Hanako-kun Volume 5. I love this entire series, really. This specific one is about the clock keepers, which are the first like mystery. Yeah, it's like the first like school mystery or whatever they're called. I forgot what they're called. I think it's called School Mysteries. So it is mainly about the clock keepers, specifically one in particular. I'm not gonna spoil it or anything. But I really like this one. It is a very good series just in general. And I know a lot of people read it in the Amazing Readathon because it was one of my host favorites. So hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, that was a 4.5 stars. And now we are going on to our 5-star reads, which I think I have the most physical copies of. So that's fun. Like, I didn't borrow them from a library. So the first one is These Twisted Bonds by Lexi Ryan. This is the second book in the These Hollow Vows duology. The first one is up there, like up here somewhere. I read it in July and I really loved it. And I just had to get the second one immediately. Kind of sad that I have the hardback of this, but the paperback of the other one. It's kind of sad. But Finn, look at him. I love him. This is such a good series, honestly. I don't know how to explain it, really. It is about a girl who travels to the fairy realm, or the fae realm, to save her sister from a dark fae king. And she gets mixed up with her childhood best friend Sebastian and a dark fae prince, Finn, or Finnegan, but everyone calls him Finn. And it's a little love triangle, but it is such a good book. This is probably one of my favorite love triangles that I've read. I've read a couple of them. I don't love love triangles that much, but this one is probably one of my favorites. The next one is a reread, and it's no surprise that it's, again, in 5 stars. Count how many times I've reread this book. It's Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I love this book so much. This is like my baby, my child. I love this book. Absolutely. So much. It is probably gonna make like top 10, maybe even top 5 of this year. So, who knows? I love this book so much. Okay, that's all I have to say. I'm sure you've heard me talk about that book several times. You don't need me to do it again. The next 5 stars was Cells at Work Volume 5. I don't know what it is about this specific volume I really liked, but I liked it a lot, and I just like the series in general, but specific volumes do get specific ratings depending on what happens, and this one just happened to have stuff that I liked. The next 5 stars was Toileban Hanako-kan Volume 8. Like I said, a lot of manga in here. This is the volume where they go to the Summer Lights Festival, which is a festival in like the spirit realm, essentially, or a boundary. And stuff happens. I'm not gonna spoil it. But it is a really good series. I love this specific volume. I think it's so cute. The next 5 stars was another volume of Toileban Hanako-kan, which is volume 11. This, do I remember what this one is? No. Oh, it's the, yes, this is the one where they are another boundary, where they meet, what is it, the 4th mystery, I think? Yeah. No, I think it's the 4th school mystery. And I really like this one, so. And the next 5 stars is yet another manga, which is Toileban Hanako-kan Volume 12. I don't really remember this one. This is the like final part of mystery number 4's arc, I guess. So yeah, this is another one. I love it. And the next 5 stars was Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. I don't know why I like this book so much, but I cried in like the first 150 pages. It was so good. I don't know. It's just, it was so good. It is about these 2 rival journalists who are working for the same position, and there is also a war going on where the female main character's brother has gone off to, and she's like worried about him. And she thinks that she's sending notes to him through her like closet. It's like this magical closet, but in reality it is actually the rival journalist that is getting these notes, and so they start like pen paling, but only he knows that it's her. and she doesn't know, which kind of reminded me of Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer, which is essentially the same plot, just without fantasy elements that Divine Rivals has and the war and stuff, because it's basically two people pen paling each other, but only one ends up knowing who it is until like the end, more like the middle. But it just reminded me of Letters to the Lost a lot. So, but I really did like this book. And the last book that I read in August was Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is the second book in the Belladonna series, which, as you know, if you know, I read the first one in April and absolutely loved it. I have been waiting for this ever since I found out there was going to be a second one, and I absolutely loved this book. It was so good. I was hooked from the very start. It was so good. And it also was really sad at one point. I like started crying. It's a very good book. I also have the pretty version with the pink casing from Barnes & Noble, and I love it so much. If you don't know what the series is, you should totally look it up. It is about a girl who can't die, and the love interest is Death himself, and she sort of hates him in the beginning of the first book, not in this one, but in the beginning of the first one she kind of hates him. She tries to kill him at one point, but obviously he can't die, he's Death. But they end up falling in love with each other, and it was very cute, and I just absolutely love it. And this one has Death's brother, Fate, and you'll have to see what happens in it. Yeah, but I love this book so much. So, and now we are going into our extra statistics that I always do at the end, so the first is the longest book that I read, which was Our Violent Delights at 512 pages, which ironically was probably the quickest book that I read, because I read it in like one weekend, which is kind of weird. The shortest book that I read, not including all of the manga, just because it would just be all of them, was Roman and Jewel at 336 pages, and my favorite book was Foxglove. I love that book so much. Anyway, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what your favorite book you read in August was, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!